The boardroom doors burst open mid-audit presentation. My boss strides in with his face flushed red, looking angrier than I've ever seen him. He slams a thick folder onto the table so hard that everyone jumps. The auditors freeze. The CFO stops mid-sentence. All eyes turn toward him like he's about to announce something massive. "Alexandra has been stealing from us," he roars, pointing directly at me. $7.9 million. The trail leads straight to her login. My heart hammers once, then stops completely. I stare at him, not believing the words coming out of his mouth. Around me, the C-suite executives lean back in their chairs. Security starts walking toward the conference room. One of the auditors pulls out a notepad like this is suddenly a crime scene. "You're finished," he adds, that smug curl appearing at the corner of his mouth. The same curl I saw 6 months ago when he first asked me for my admin credentials. I don't flinch. I don't cry. I don't even stand up to defend myself. I just lock eyes with him and watch that smug expression falter for a split second. In that instant, I know the truth. This is personal. He didn't just frame me for this theft. He orchestrated it. And he made a critical mistake that he has no idea I already know about. The security guard places his hand on my shoulder. I stand slowly, calmly, and walk toward the door without saying a single word. My legs are steady. My breathing is controlled. I feel strangely calm, like I've been preparing for this moment my entire life. The walk to the elevator feels eternal, but I refuse to look back. I refuse to give him the satisfaction of seeing me crumble. HR escorts me down the long glass corridor while my colleagues pretend not to watch from their cubicles. I catch their eyes anyway, the pity, the fear, the relief that it's not them. My access card beeps dead at every door we pass. Electronic locks I've been using for 3 years suddenly recognize me as a threat. When we reach the elevator, my boss steps inside for the ride down to the lobby. He leans close to me, and his voice drops to a murmur so only I can hear. "You should have stayed in your lane," he whispers. Then he walks away whistling softly, like he just closed a business deal instead of destroying someone's career. The elevator doors open to the lobby, and I step out into the harsh afternoon sunlight, my suspended badge still warm in my hand. As I'm walking toward the exit, I notice his assistant Mia hovering near the stairwell. Her face is pale. She's clutching her phone like it's burning her hand. Our eyes meet for just a second, and I see something in her expression. Guilt, terror, regret. Then she disappears up the stairs without saying anything. I file that look away carefully. It's the first loose thread in his perfect frame job, and I'm going to pull it until everything unravels. That moment in the stairwell tells me everything I need to know. Mia is involved, but not willingly. She's scared of him. She's terrified of what he'll do if she talks. But there's also hope in her eyes. Hope that someone might see the truth. Hope that someone might believe her. Rain lashes my windshield as I sit in the underground parking lot of our building. The engine is off. The lights are off. I'm just sitting in the dark, holding my suspended badge in my trembling hands. The plastic is still warm from being clipped to my blazer 5 minutes ago. I whisper to the empty car. This didn't start today. My mind rewinds backward through 6 months of memories. I see myself walking into his office after hours. He's praising my work on the new financial system, the one I designed from scratch. He's smiling at me like I'm the best thing that happened to his department. Then his expression shifts, becoming more serious. "I need your admin credentials," he says quietly. "Just to review everything. You understand, right? It's protocol." I handed them over without hesitation. I trusted him. I thought he was being thorough. He smiled, said goodnight, and I left his office feeling proud. But now I realize something that makes my stomach turn cold. He never logged out of my session that night. That single oversight, that one careless mistake, is the first crack in his perfect frame job. He's been moving money using my login credentials this entire time, probably from his own house, thinking I'd never know. He thought I was stupid enough to not check. He thought I'd panic and crumble under the accusation. But he didn't count on me being methodical. He didn't count on me checking the logs. He's about to learn he was very, very wrong. My mind shifts into a different mode now, a mode I didn't know I had inside me. Back in my apartment, I don't cry. I don't call a lawyer yet. I open my personal laptop and log into the company's old backup portal, the one I set up during the system migration 6 months ago. The one my boss never bothered to disable because he didn't even know it existed. My hands are shaking as I search my own username in the transaction logs. They're there. Hundreds of transactions. All time-stamped when I was supposedly asleep in bed or on vacation in Florida. My stomach twists. But then I notice something else. Something that makes my heart pound faster. The IP addresses don't match my home network. They don't match my work network either. They route through a VPN server in his neighborhood. The exact neighborhood where I know he lives. I take screenshots of everything. My hands are moving on autopilot now. Muscle memory taking over. I'm capturing dates, times, amounts, IP addresses, everything. He used my credentials from his own house. He sat at his own desk, logged in as me, and moved millions of dollars around like he was playing a video game. The arrogance of it hits me like a punch. He thought he was untouchable. He thought he could frame me and no one would ever trace it back to him because my name was on every transaction. He didn't count on me knowing this system better than he ever will. I realize I'm not just looking at evidence. I'm looking at the arrogance of a man who thought he could destroy me and walk away free. The next morning I meet my lawyer in a quiet coffee shop across town. The kind of place where nobody knows who we are and nobody cares. She's younger than I expected, maybe early 40s, with sharp eyes that don't miss anything. I slide the screenshots across the table. She picks them up slowly, reading each one. Her eyebrows rise higher with each page. "This is felony-level forgery if we can prove chain of custody," she says finally. "But you need more. Witnesses, physical proof, email chains, anything that proves he knew what he was doing." I nod. I already have a theory about where to find that evidence. Mia, his assistant, the one with the guilty, terrified expression in the stairwell. I think his assistant was involved, I tell my lawyer. Not voluntarily, but she knows something. She saw something. That night I send Mia a message from a burner app. Something untraceable. Something that won't show up on any company servers. "I know you saw something. I'm not angry at you. I just need the truth. Meet me tonight. Parking lot behind the old warehouse on 5th. 9 p.m. No one has to know. For a long time nothing happens. Then 3 dots appear on my screen. She's typing. Then they disappear. Then they appear again. Finally her response comes through. Okay. I feel something shift inside me. This is beginning to feel real now. This is beginning to feel possible. 9:03 p.m. Mia slides into the passenger seat of my car, and her hands are shaking so badly she can barely close the door. The parking lot is empty. The street light is broken. We're alone. "He made me help," she whispers. Her voice cracks. "He said if I didn't sign off on the fake approvals, he'd ruin my green card application. He said he had connections. He said one phone call and my visa would be cancelled. I didn't touch the money, I swear. I just initialed the paperwork. I just made it look official." Tears spill down her cheeks. I hand her a tissue from the box in my cup holder, and she takes it with both hands like it's a lifeline. "Did he record anything?" Ask quietly. "Emails, text messages, calls, anything that proves he threatened you?" He nods. "He has a private cloud folder. I've seen him access it. It has all the fake ledgers, all the transfer confirmations, everything. The password is his daughter's birthday backward. I saw him type it once. My heart is racing. I memorize the numbers she gives me instantly. A date that will unlock everything. "Thank you, Mia," I tell her. "You did the right thing. Go home. Normal. Don't tell him we met." She nods and gets out of the car. As I watch her walk to her own vehicle, another piece of his perfect frame job falls away. I realize something important. Mia is just as trapped as I am, maybe even more so. At 2 a.m., I'm in my dark living room with my laptop, VPN masked, logging into his private cloud folder with the reversed birthday Mia gave me. My hands are steady now. I'm past fear. I'm in pure investigator mode. Files flood the screen like a confession. Spreadsheets mirroring the doctored ledgers. Transfer confirmations to offshore accounts in his name only. Bank statements showing deposits that don't match any legitimate company transactions. And then I find it. A screen recording video file. I click it, and my boss's face appears on my monitor. He's sitting at his home office desk in a blue polo shirt, looking completely calm and professional. He's not panicked. He's not nervous. He's methodical. He opens my login credentials on his keyboard and types them in. He watches my dashboard populate on his screen. Then he pulls up his own laptop and mirrors it to his desktop. He's recording his own crime as evidence, probably as insurance. The timestamp on the video matches a night I was presenting at a conference 3 states away. 300 miles from this city. An ironclad alibi. I download everything to an encrypted drive. My hands are perfectly still. My breathing is controlled. I am no longer the woman who was escorted out of the building 2 days ago. I am something else now. Something patient. Something dangerous. I've moved beyond anger into something more powerful. Certainty. Days blur together into a strange routine. By day, I'm the perfect suspended employee. I attend every HR meeting with polite nods and a sad expression. I answer their questions carefully. I don't cry in front of them. I don't rage. I'm cooperative and quiet. But at night I'm working. The external audit team keeps digging deeper. They're moving through the financial records like bloodhounds. I watch their progress from afar, tracking their movements through the building, noting which days they look frustrated and which days they look energized. One morning I send an anonymous email to their lead investigator from a burner account with no signature. You might want to check the server logs for internal VPN misuse. Some logins might not be coming from where you think they are. No name, no details. Just enough to point them in the right direction without implicating myself. 2 days later I overhear cafeteria gossip from people who don't know I'm standing behind them in line. The auditors requested full access logs from the last 18 months. They're looking at every single login, every IP address, every connection point. I glance down the hallway and catch a glimpse of my boss's face. It's tighter than usual. His jaw is clenched. He's starting to realize something is wrong. I feel a surge of quiet satisfaction. I start documenting his every movement like I'm a detective building a case. Every time he glances at his watch during meetings. Every hurried phone call in the stairwell. Every casual question about when the audit will wrap up. I keep a private timeline on my phone, hidden in an encrypted app. Patterns start to emerge like a map revealing itself. He's most nervous on Tuesdays. That's when the offshore bank statements hit. That's when the money moves. I cross-reference the dates in my phone with the cloud files Mia gave me access to. Every single transfer correlates perfectly to a Tuesday spike in his outgoing calls I watch him make from the stairwell. His body language screaming panic. He's sweating the money trail now. I can see it in the way his hands shake when he's holding his coffee mug. The way he loosens his tie like he can't breathe. The way his eyes dart around the room like he's looking for exits. He's starting to unravel, and he doesn't even know it yet. The best part is that he thinks he's still winning. He still believes his frame job is airtight. He has no idea that every piece of evidence he left behind is being documented, recorded, and saved. I'm becoming more invisible while he becomes more visible. Mia sends me a photo from her desk. A sticky note in his handwriting. Delete server backups by Friday. My pulse spikes. If those backups vanish, half my evidence evaporates. Everything I've collected, everything Mia helped me find, all the IP logs and transaction records, gone. Wiped away like it never existed. Have 48 hours. I call my lawyer immediately. We need to subpoena the backups before he can destroy them. It's spoliation of evidence. He's about to tamper with evidence in an active investigation. She files an emergency motion that same afternoon. She doesn't tell the court everything. Not yet, but she tells them enough. She tells them about irregularities in the audit. She tells them about suspicious server activity. She tells them there's a risk the evidence will be destroyed. The judge grants the emergency order within hours. Company IT receives the court order by email. They are legally frozen from touching anything. No deletions. No purges. No routine maintenance. Every server, every backup, every file is now protected by a federal order. My boss just lost his kill switch. That night, I allow myself to sleep for the first time in a week. Tomorrow, everything changes. Friday morning, the entire floor buzzes with activity. Auditors arrive with court orders and forensic tech specialists. They're moving through the building like a SWAT team, securing servers, attaching cables, taking photographs. My boss walks past my old desk, now empty, just like my position, and his jaw clenches when he sees the yellow "Do not power down" tape across every single server rack in the IT closet. He shoots a desperate look toward HR. They shrug. They don't have any answers. He's cornered. He knows it. I can see it in the way his shoulders drop. The way his face goes pale. The way he stops walking and just stands there for a moment, staring at those yellow warning tags like they're his death sentence. I watch from the coffee station across the atrium, sipping a cappuccino slowly. I'm not hiding. I'm not sneaking. I'm just standing here in plain sight, watching his world collapse. For the first time in weeks, I allow myself the smallest smile. It's not a happy smile. It's not a cruel smile. It's just the quiet smile of someone who knows exactly what's about to happen and is at peace with it. The end is beginning. That evening I receive an unexpected delivery at my apartment door. A small USB drive in a plain manila envelope. No return address. No tracking number. Just my name written in block letters on the front. My hands are shaking as I open it. Inside is a single video file. It's CCTV footage from the executive corridor. Grainy but clear enough. Timestamp the night he asked for my credentials 6 months ago. He enters my office after I leave, checks to make sure the hallway is empty, then sits at my desk. He types in my password. My dashboard lights up on my monitor. He watches it load for a moment, then pulls his own laptop over and mirrors it to his desktop. He's recording his own crime. Every keystroke, every transaction, every dollar he moves, like he's creating insurance footage. The video ends with him looking directly at the camera for just a moment, and I realize he knows it's there. He knows he's being recorded. And he didn't care. He thought it made him untouchable. Someone just handed me dynamite and I have no idea who. But I know this much. Someone else sees the truth too. I trace the delivery through a careful process of asking questions and following a thread that leads nowhere, then everywhere. The envelope has a faint coffee stain ring on the back, the same brand that the night shift security guard drinks every single night. I visit him the next morning before my shift, before the shift I no longer have, with $200 in cash in my pocket and a simple question. Who asked you to send this? I show him the envelope. He hesitates. His jaw works. I can see him calculating the risk. Then he whispers. The new intern in finance. She said it was for someone who deserved to know. She said someone needed to know the truth. The intern is Mia's cousin. I remember seeing her in the hallway during my last week. Young, idealistic, probably horrified by what she was hearing from Mia. Loyalty runs deeper than fear. And courage runs deeper than fear too. The audit enters week 3. My boss starts making catastrophic mistakes. He snaps at Mia in front of witnesses. He cancels meetings last minute. His calendar starts looking like chaos. The auditors pull him into a closed room for 4 straight hours. When he emerges, his tie is loose. His face is gray. He looks like a man who just watched his entire future collapse in real time. Word leaks through the office that they found something massive. Duplicate login sessions on multiple transfer dates. One session from his office. One session routed through his home router at 3 a.m. He's not just caught. He's caught red-handed in the act. He's unraveling in real time, and everyone in the building can see it happening. I watch him walk past the copy room, and he doesn't even notice I'm there. He's too consumed with panic. The mighty have fallen. I get summoned to the same closed room where my boss was interrogated for 4 hours. My heart races as I walk in, but I keep my face neutral. I've been preparing for this moment since I was escorted out of the building. The lead auditor looks at me, not with suspicion but with something else. Curiosity. Maybe even respect. We've reviewed your alibi for every single transfer date, he says. You were never in the building. You were at conferences at home 3 states away. Everywhere except here. He slides a printout across the table toward me. P-logs. Login sessions. Timestamps. Recognize this address? He asks, pointing to a street name I know very well. It's my boss's street. Keep my face blank. I'm thinking of a dozen things at once, trying to figure out how much they know, how much they suspect. Should I? Ask quietly. He smiles thinly. Just a flicker. Game on, his expression says. I've just passed the first real test. He knows I'm not guilty. That night my phone lights up with a call from an unknown number. My breath catches. Answer. It's me, my boss says. His voice is low and shaking. Desperate. I need to meet you. Just once. Just you and me. We can fix this. I promise. Fix what? Ask, keeping my voice calm and confused. Silence. Then, you know what? Meet me at the rooftop bar. Alone. We can work something out. My mind is racing. This is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for without knowing it. Like what? Ask. $500,000. Look away. Disappear. Let this whole thing go away. He's offering me a bribe. He's committing another felony on the phone. He's panicking so badly that he's willing to pay money he doesn't even have access to anymore just to make me go away. I record every single word of the conversation. My phone's voice memo app is running silently in my pocket, capturing everything. This is the evidence I need. I don't go to the rooftop bar. Instead, I forward the audio file to my lawyer and directly to the lead auditor. I send it anonymously, but I don't bother being too clever about it. The next morning, the entire executive floor is locked down like a crime scene. Federal agents arrive in dark SUVs. They're moving with purpose, with authority, with the kind of certainty that comes from having irrefutable evidence. My boss is escorted out in handcuffs, protesting loudly the entire time. This is a setup, he's screaming. She framed me. This is all her. She's trying to ruin me. The irony lands like a slap across my face. He tried to frame me for $7.9 million. And when that failed, he tried to bribe me to disappear. And now he's trying to tell the federal government that I'm the criminal. Doesn't work. The agents are unmoved by his protests. They've seen this 1,000 times before. The truth is marching forward like an unstoppable force. During booking, the federal agents discover something that makes the prosecutors smile. The offshore account still holds $6.2 million. Untouched. Just sitting there waiting. He never moved the rest of the money because he was waiting for the audit to close. Arrogance again. He thought he was safe. He thought he could keep moving money indefinitely as long as he kept me framed. The feds freeze everything. His wife files for emergency divorce the same day. The news hits him while he's still in custody. His daughter stops returning his calls. His son changes his phone number. His career, his reputation, his marriage. Everything he built implodes faster than he constructed it. The empire crumbles in real time. His world is collapsing piece by piece. The CCTV footage from the corridor somehow makes its way into the company's Slack channels. Someone leaked it. I don't know who. Maybe it was Mia's cousin. Maybe it was the night shift security guard. The video spreads like wildfire. Employees who once whispered behind my back now message me apologies and expressions of support. One writes, "We should have seen it. We should have believed you. I don't reply to any of them. I'm not interested in their forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't on the menu yet. I'm focused on moving forward, on healing, on rebuilding the parts of my career that were shattered. Their late support doesn't erase what they failed to do earlier. The forensic team uncovers one final detail that makes my blood run cold. An unsent email draft in his drafts folder. It's been sitting there for months, waiting for the right moment to be sent. Subject: Alexandra's confession, ready to release. Inside is a fabricated suicide note. A confession written in what's supposed to be my handwriting, admitting to everything. He planned to leak this email after I was arrested, when I couldn't defend myself. He intended to destroy me completely. Not just career-wise. Not just legally. Completely. Permanently. My lawyer calls me as soon as she learns about the email. This is attempted murder, she says quietly. The prosecutors are adding this to the charges. I realize how close I came to losing everything. Mia testifies voluntarily. She doesn't need a subpoena. She doesn't need convincing. She walks into the courtroom and tells the entire truth. She brings printed emails that he sent her. Emails where he explicitly threatened to ruin her green card application if she didn't help him. The U.S. attorney adds witness tampering to his charges. The judge denies him bail. He sits in county jail watching his life implode on the news, reading the headlines, realizing that his attempt to control everyone around him is exactly what's destroying him. Mia's testimony is the final nail in his coffin. The jury hears directly from her how he coerced her, how he threatened her, how he used her fear as a weapon against me. Her voice is steady as she speaks. The board issues a public apology to me on official company letterhead. They read it aloud at the all-hands meeting. They invite me to attend. I listen from the back row, arms crossed, still deciding whether I want anything to do with this company ever again. They offer full reinstatement. Back pay. A 7-figure settlement to make the nightmare disappear. I don't answer them that day. I need more time. The CEO approaches me after the meeting and extends his hand. I shake it, but I don't smile. He looks uncomfortable. He should. His company failed to protect me. But at least they're admitting it now. The courtroom is packed on the day of the verdict. Journalists, company employees, prosecutors, defense attorneys. Everyone is waiting to see how this ends. My boss stands at the defense table. His suit is hanging loose on him now. He's lost weight. His eyes are hollow. There's no swagger left. There's just a man who realized too late that he picked the wrong person to destroy. The prosecutor plays the screen recording from his home office. The jury watches in absolute silence. They watch him sit at my desk. They watch him log in with my credentials. They watch him move millions of dollars with the methodical calm of someone who believes he's untouchable. When the video ends, he drops his head. He already knows what's coming. Justice is coming. Guilty on all counts. Embezzlement. Wire fraud. Witness tampering. Attempted bribery. 22 years. As they lead him away in handcuffs, he looks back at me exactly once. I meet his gaze without blinking. No words pass between us. No smile crosses my face. No anger, no triumph, no satisfaction. Just the quiet certainty that silence is louder than any scream. That patience is more powerful than rage. That the truth always finds its way into the light. He's finally understood what he should have known from the beginning. 6 months later I walk back into the office. Not as an employee seeking vindication. I walk in as a consultant hired by the new CEO to redesign the entire internal control system. To make sure this never happens again. My old desk is gone. In its place is a plaque made of polished mahogany. In recognition of integrity under pressure. I touch it once with my fingertips. It's real. It's permanent. It's there for everyone to see. Then I keep walking. Have work to do. Systems to rebuild. Controls to strengthen. I pass by Mia at her desk and she smiles at me. A real smile. A grateful smile. She's still working here but things are different now. She's no longer afraid. She testified and she survived. She found her courage and it set her free. The cameras are still rolling in the hallway. They're in the boardroom. They're in the executive offices. They're everywhere recording everything. But this time they're on my side. This time the truth will always be documented. This time I am no longer the accused. I am the architect of accountability. And I am finally at peace.